but
Mm-hmm.
I do plan on listening to it in full. It's just I'm in the new house now, is why I have the blur on.
I
But
see.
there's
I see.
boxes and my new couch is behind me that I have to set up tomorrow, and like, I got a lot of shit going on.
Oh man, I know it feels good to move to a new spot because I've moved to a new spot about going on. I've been here for about 4 months so far. So and and happy and happy. It feels good to move to someplace new. So you moved from a different city, or you moved within your city?
I stayed in the area. Originally I was renting, and
Mm.
so went from renting to buying. Um,
Oh shit!
it was it was a little bit of a forced push in the sense that where I was renting from, the owners of that house wanted to move back.
Mm.
So that
Mm.
kind of was like weighed my hands. So then it was like, do I rent again? Do I buy again? And the rent was the same price as a mortgage. So it's like, well, fuck it, I guess.
Well, congratulations for being a home owner, Miss Lady. Excuse me.
Thank
Mm.
you. So it's already been more of a headache than renting it. I
Shit. Oh my goodness.
should have just
So
rented, but no, it's all good.
yeah, cause moving is a motherfucker. Trust me. Ah,
So
yeah.
I was
Oh
lucky
man.
because my lease technically doesn't end until December 1st. So
Mm.
I started, like, we closed here at the beginning of November. So I have all month to move.
Mm.
So I've been
Oh.
doing it kind of piecemeal, like room at a time, like take
Oh,
shit.
so you gave yourself a little time where you ain't got to do it all. I mean, I had to do it all in like a 2 day span, and
Yes,
trust me.
that like that for that I was gonna get movers. I was doing this
But I'm gonna
shit.
tell you, when you move, you figure out you really have a lot more shit than you thought that you had.
It's been purging season. It's been rough. And then, but then I also, especially if it's anything like work related, then I look at it, I'm like, if I get rid of this, am I gonna want it back in, like, 2 months time because someone's gonna request it and then that shit's gonna be gone. So it's like,
Well, you gotta make sure that anything work related you gotta take with your ass. I'm like, fuck it, this shit. If you got two goddamn trunks of goddamn toys, you better drag them with your ass.
no, but a bunch of clothes. I did get rid of a bunch of clothes though, like,
You
lingerie
ain't
and
try
stuff
to
that
sell them to the fans. You ain't try to sell them to the fans.
I actually gave it away to sex workers who wanted it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
package that shit up and give it away. There are plenty of girls in the industry that are in a financial situation where they can't afford to buy new stuff,
I feel
and
you.
it's
I feel
stuff
you.
that was like too small for me now. Like, but like, they didn't fit my boobs anymore. Like, since I've gained weight, so I was like, I don't need this shit. Like, I could sell it, but at the same time, if I could also help somebody out, it's stuff that was already sitting there that really I could have
Yeah.
sold months ago. I just left it sitting there.
She said they had an Amazon store right there in her closet. Right this So with that being said, hello everybody and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download Anchor on your phone or go to anchor.fm and get a profile and start podcasting today. I'm your host, Kavanaugh of Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find me, all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Let me tell you about three wonderful sponsors that we have for you people today. First off, the Facebook of the LS community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine on the web, Eroticism Magazine.com. And last but not least, Black owned and no hashtag problems for any of you content creators. And also for you content creators, 90% profit, as well as the Evolve Healthcare. And I'm talking about excitebunny.com. And for you consumers, a new place for you to consume your Triple X content. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. So go to shopgwdistrict.com and buy from black owned shops and boutiques, over 500 of them. So you have a lot of options and a lot of products that you can get. And they probably got good prices because you got Black Friday and all that good stuff coming up. Well, actually, while recording is Black Friday, by then it's, well, You getting ready for New Year's. Anyway, um, you get ready for New Year's. So either way, you go there and go to shopgwdistrict.com and buy something. Also, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you can listen to me on fullyswapradio.com. Also, you can find me on skyhawkafterdarktv.com as well as the BGP LLC app. And I am out of breath, so I'm gonna let this gorgeous, sexy, voluptuous, with dimples and a pretty smile, who just moved into a new place, introduce her sexy self.
Hey guys, thank you for having me back. It's me, Lennox May. I'm so excited to be back, and I'm so excited to be on camera this time and actually get to see you.
Yes. I hope I look better than my pictures. So, because I always tell females that, and that's actually true. Because a lot of times y'all do be looking better in person than in your pictures. Not saying that your pictures don't look good, but I'm just saying. So, yes, and for you people that's listening, go back and listen to her interview that she did that dropped actually before we recorded this. And trust me, it's a very good interview. And so what you have been up to other than moving into your new place?
Whew, it has been a busy couple of months. Besides moving and then, working to be able to afford to move, doing accounting and doing some fetish sessions, um, prepping for the holidays. One of the biggest things that I've been focusing on right now is preparing for our booth at the AVN 2023 AE Expo. So it's
Okay then.
been work.
And
Yeah.
and and who and you said our booth, so who's you doing the booth with? Tell us more about the booth.
So I'm very excited to say that myself and Brianna Kahlo
Mm,
and then 19 other gorgeous BBW women will be hosting AVN's first all BBW booth. This was an idea that Brie and I, when we were starting to plan for AVN and what we wanted to do, because, me and her are really good friends, I was like, dude, I don't want to go through many vids. I don't want to go through somebody else. Like, why don't we just I wish we could just do our own booth. And she was like, yeah, I know. And I was like, well, let's just look into it, and kind of just took a stab in the dark, reached out to AVN and
mm,
told them like our idea of like, hey, we want a spot of where there's a booth for just all BBW girls. We don't have a
mm,
spot like that. That's never existed in AVN before. This will be the first time. And they were for it. They told us the way that setting up a booth there worked. And so Brie and I kind of took that idea back and pondered on it. It was, hefty price. And so
mm,
we're like, okay, this is something that would need to be a collaboration. Like, how do we make this, a collaborative effort? And so it's not just something that Brie and I have like put together and then put everything up front. Really, all the girls have all
mm,
paid in and put their fair share for us to be able to create this booth together. And then we have two amazing sponsors that came in and also saved the day as our heroes to help us make it even better. Blush Erotica and BBW Triple X Adventures. Thank you guys.
mm,
So go check them
mm.
out. Um, but really between them and all the girls and Bree and I, we're doing it ourselves. We're making our own BBW space at AVN. We were said in the words of Lizzo, it's about damn time. So
Yeah,
let's
I
make
mean
this shit happen.
because yeah, we about to unpack this, people. Yeah, I know a motherfucker like, what are you doing? I am rolling up a blunt, so please don't mind me. But anyway, um, that is actually major because we're not talking exotica. This is the big boy. This is AVNs. And guys, so many. Which angle I want to come with you on this? All right, now you plan to shoot also. Am I correct? Plan to
Yeah.
do shoots as well. Okay, which I'm pretty sure with Blush Erotica and BBW Adventures, they're definitely up on they probably first dibs. Damn near. You might well say they are first dibs. So
That is
because of
that
the
is the
content.
plan.
So also at the same token, you have to run the booth. So how do you plan to one balance it to where you don't overexert yourself?
So I have been obnoxiously meticulous in how it
Mhm,
comes preparing this. So I made like some over extravagant Excel spreadsheet schedule, and we went through and we scheduled all the girls, myself and Bree included, as well as the sponsors who are also gonna kind of be at the booth like throughout the event.
mhm,
um, to really kind of schedule every time block down to the hour, down to the minute,
mhm,
to make sure there's coverage at the booth at all times.
mhm,
Um, so, it's an opportunity for, girls to work with other girls that they've never met, kind of network together
mhm,
because they're going to be kind of forced to be in a space. But
mhm,
at the same time, I'm being very selective with the shoots that I'm going to be doing during AVN. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be wasting my time with like half-assed, oh, can we maybe shoot a scene,
mhm.
trade, I'll text you later. Like, it's not going to work like that. I'm going to need an actual
Oh
time.
no, hell no!
It's not happening.
It's
Uh,
because see, the difference is when you have a booth is that now it's also, and we keep it real on my show. Ladies can make money at these booths by just charging for the pictures, certain things they do or what have you. So plus add to it, this is AVNs. You got not only porn companies, you also have, well, let's just go ahead and say it, possibility of sponsorship. Just like you had sponsorship with them companies, you may have next year. Bad Dragon might want to, put some money up, or this, that, and the third, or they might just want Miss Lennox May to be a spokesmodel. You know what I'm saying? So it's also between politicking, shooting, running the booth. Like I said, like how do you pick how many scenes you would do? Um, I guess the best way that I could put it like this: when you come to your shoots, how are you going to pick which shoots to do and how many are you planning? You think will be best for you to where you be fresh, you best, what I'm saying, performance that you can, because like for example, I'm pretty sure you be in this position. You don't want to be the third one down from a male talent that shot twice that day.
yeah, so honestly, the goal that I'm really going with is either booking my shoots first thing in the morning, so before
Mhm,
it even starts, which means it's me who's got to get up and drag myself there, which means
mhm,
making sure I don't get any too crazy in any after parties or anything like that,
mhm,
which I
mhm,
intend on doing, or shooting a couple in the evening, and then depending on what time those two things occur will also depend on who I shoot with, right? Like if I'm shooting with a studio,
mhm,
studios are a bit more of a professional setting. It's a paid
yeah,
shoot. It's gonna happen, right? As long as I'm
yeah,
there and I'm on time, it's gonna happen. Anything trade, more than likely I'm gonna go with first thing in the morning, because then if you cancel on me first thing in the morning, I'm just gonna take my ass back to bed for an extra hour or two. We're
pretty
going
much.
to
Because see, because I mean, I ain't even gonna front. I've talked to people that ran booths, and it's busy. It's work.
yeah,
Um,
it's expected 25,000 people to show up at AVN this year.
man,
So,
and this the
like
first one in
VIP
3 years
tickets are
too.
all sold out. Yeah.
Yeah, because and two also, let's just be honest, it gives you a different look now.
I'm sorry, say that again. My bad.
It gives you a different look. I know you
Yes.
like, yeah, you see, explain to the people what I mean by that.
Like when you when you go to AVN, like going to AVN, the look just in comparison to anything else industry event wise, it's it feels I don't want to say, I mean, I guess more mainstream. You feel like you have
It's
that
our Oscars. It's our version. It's our
yeah,
industry's
like
Oscars.
weekend awards is our industry Oscar, and then it's not even just that. It's people come from around the world to go to a show, and it's versus Exotica, which is great. No hate to Exotica, I've had amazing times there, but it's very rare you get someone who says, "I flew all the way from the UK for this." That doesn't really happen. AVN, that happens a lot, and it's in Vegas. I mean, Party Central, where it's a perfect place for this kind of event to be. And this year is a little bit different. It's the first year since pandemic, right? 2020 was the last one. 2023 is going to be the first one since. It's a new venue. It's not at the Hard Rock this year. It's at Resorts World. So even just that, there's so much that's changing. But for someone who's never been to AVN, going there is like, it's like going to Comic-Con for a comic fan that's used to their little hometown conventions, or or going to Anime Con in Tokyo for somebody who's an anime fan. It's like it's like insanely different. And the same thing for creators. And was one of the things that really drove us to want to do this was, as a BBW woman going to AVN there are companies that take us. It's very rare you're going to see a BBW woman at a Brazzers booth, Johnny Sins, at Evil Angel. They don't shoot our body types. There are never any BBW site booths, rarely. Actually, I don't think there's ever been one, because we're the first all BBW. So there may have been studios that have shot BBWs and been there, but never all BBW. And so then when you do cam studios, love the fact that they give everybody an opportunity to go. They do,
still a mixture of women versus all BBW.
But it's also the placement. When you go to cam booths, they choose or direct you on where to go. Like, hey, go to this stall, go back here, go over there. And they tend to put us in the back. They tend to want the skinnier, more mainstream girls up front, and we don't truly get a place for us to shine. And no, we want our place to shine. So we're gonna make it ourselves. That's it. And that's kind of the way we thought about it. And even with the girls that we asked, I wish, if I could have my way and if we had the budget, I would have had a booth 3 times the size of what we've got this year. So we'll see how it grows and how it goes year over year. But there's so many other girls that I also wanted to have, but we just didn't have the space of it, the time to be able to have that many. So we also kind of picked and reached out to girls who, what are the chances of them getting the invite to AVN through somebody else, even though we know they're busting their asses doing their content on OnlyFans, Fansly. Those aren't typically sites that have booths. Those, but we hadn't heard of anything in regards to those companies doing anything. So we really wanted to give them an opportunity also to be able to go. And most of the girls that we have going, they've got a huge following, but have never been to AVN before because they started the industry during the pandemic. So even for them, it's gonna be a big change. But then we also have some amazing seasoned vets that are also going to be there that did as many AVNs as I have. So
but see, the main thing is you have a booth at the AVNs, which means that you're not walking around the AVNs, which means you're now looked at as a star. From the casual fan, the fan is coming, they see you at a booth, that means, oh, they're important. See, it's a different look than, okay, you got a group of BBWs walking around, or they're here or they're there. No, it's a whole booth. You front and center on that. It's no different if you got a booth by yourself. Because I tell people, when you have a booth, it changes the way people view you, period.
Yeah. And that's like any convention. I think it's just that feeling, right? Of like, oh, these people were, and some people don't even realize that, no, you're paying for your booth. But like those people, it's like, oh, these people were invited.
They realize because, okay, then, just because the name AVN, the average person that sees y'all have a booth know that y'all spent some fucking money for that booth. Yeah, because
they really needed to be invited. They see it as like, oh, AVN had to have invited you here to have this booth. And really, like, I want to kind of show that no, they don't. You have to want it and go for it. And so, we as the workers of the industry, we can make these industry events be what we want them to be if we all are willing to put in the time, effort, money, and work. And I hope that this encourages more groups like to kind of band together the way that we did, where everybody just chipping in and, you know,
Yeah,
push it.
actually, because it shows camaraderie amongst women, which is something you don't see too often in this world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so who all gonna be on the booth other than you and Bree and
Okay. I'm gonna have to use my fingers to make sure that I do not forget someone, because if I forget to name one of them, one of the girls on this, I'm gonna be hearing it in the group chat later. so, so obviously myself, Brianna Kahlo, Ash Loren, Rose D. Cush, who just won BBW Clip Performer of the Year at the XBiz Cam Awards this year. Danica Denali, Spooky Fat Bra,
Danica.
Crystal Blue, Treasure, Raven Minx, Chanel Barbie, Stellar Daniels. Oh my God, why are there so many names? Ruby Monroe, Ruby Sinclair. Oh my God, where am I at? I have so many names. And
I think. And look, put it this way: if she ain't get you,
Megan Daw, Luna Lark. That's 15. Okay, getting there.
yeah, I figured you was getting to the 20s at some point. I was like, okay,
Yeah, we got 20.
there's a lot of ass gonna be in that damn that booth.
A lot of tits, a lot of ass. It's gonna be insane. And we're showing up. Our booth's gonna be decorated awesome. We're gonna have prizes and games for stuff to give away. Besides all the girls selling their own stuff, so you're gonna have opportunities to get prints that you're not going to get anywhere else. Some of the stuff I've seen some of the girls preparing and creating, like I've seen packs of playing cards that one of the TT Pog is working on, calendars. Like we're coming. Like be ready while it's full hands.
Which goes back to at these conventions, the girls at the booth can make money by selling memorabilia, because it's like I said before, it's a convention. It's a worldwide convention, and people want to leave with something. That's why I was always told, when you go to a convention, you leave them with something. You don't never let the fan leave without something. So shoot, and they looking to spend money.
Yeah, and that's we want to make it memorable, and we also know like we know that where we picked, we got to pick our location, and obviously to a certain extent, we were assigned a room, but then within that room, we got to pick the location of our booth. And we kind of got very ballsy with our pick. We kind of wanted to show ourselves up and in front against some other big companies and other big booths. So we're challenging. We're saying, hey, you're gonna notice the fuck out of us.
Well, actually, I was told you want to be closest to the door so they see you when they walk in.
We're closest to the door.
So I mean, that's actually smart business.
Yeah, we're closest to
small business.
We're right by big booths, big studios, where we're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna be taking all that attention. We're ready.
But even to the point that you also showing to these companies, this is the best the BBW industry, and you have your pick of the litter, period, so that they actually see y'all, especially if they see y'all in the group have a booth. I tell people, when you have a booth, it does change. It changed the narrative of who you are when it comes to the industry, period. The only thing that I hate, and I keep it real on my fucking show, I'm glad that y'all doing that, since they can't give y'all a motherfucking award on that son bitch. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said AVN. I don't give a fuck.
That's that. I have
It's facts. It's not allegations. It's not in the window. Cause they used to have an award, but they don't have it anymore.
No, so there was definitely some drama that surrounded that whole situation that was a very complicated and involved people whose business I don't want to put out there. but I have heard all of the drama. I do know like why the award was taken down. It is some petty bullshit. I will say that. But
I'm pretty sure because like,
it has been long enough where it could go back. And if you say it's because everyone's up for every category, then okay, let me see us in the other categories more. I want to see a BBW Female Performer of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, because it's like this, and the reason why I'm saying this because trust me, I've been in the business long enough. I already know the bullshit that probably was behind why that war was taken down. Actually, I know the bullshit of how it got started, so I'll leave it at that. But because let's keep it 100. See, what people don't realize how fucked up the AVNs have been to BBWs. That's why I say I'm loving the fact that y'all doing this shit. Yes, I could kiss every last one of y'all. Thank you. Because when it did have the award, hold on, I'm gonna let you talk. When it did have the award, they didn't give it to him on stage. Mind you, they used to record AVN and put it on Showtime where everybody got the goddamn award. I don't want to say nothing. I shut up. I said too much already. I done pissed them off. I'm sorry. Let me light my blunt and be quiet.
Just after, make sure my boobs doesn't get revoked. I'm just joking. No. But you're right. And so we're putting our foot down, and it's gonna be lit and wild and a crazy time. And it's a lot of work. The scheduling, the planning, just all the things you need to have prepared in order to have the booth ready to go, all the paperwork.
That's pretty sure.
And as much as love all the girls, but trying to do that schedule, oof, I want to bang my head through a wall.
I mean, I was thinking you were going to say like maybe 8. No, y'all did like, damn. That's a lot of There's a lot of egos.
I limited how many are going to be there at the booth at a time.
I'm just joking because I know majority of them, and I love y'all, the ones that I have interviewed already that are smoke buddies. Danica, love you, girl. Luna Lark, love you, TT. Hey, girl. I'm glad y'all doing the booth. I'm happy to the motherfucker that day. No, because like I said, because I even did a whole episode. It was a year ago discussing Hollywood and BBWs and how the porn industry actually, if you want to be honest, kind of, how can I put this? BBWs, to keep it 100, was the forefront of content because them the ones that was actually doing content, using the content sites and the whole nine, period. It's like, it's just, and motherfuckers listening know, it's like, trust me, Miss Lennox May would have been in Busty Baby Dolls. Lorel would have called that ass. You coming to New York? Okay, come on. She'll be on the red couch, ladies and gentlemen. She will be on the red couch. Lorel's still in the business. So, but I'm trying to think what I want to go to. So now that you got this going on, what have you, and I think you had worked with Blush Rocker before, as well as BBW Adventures, correct?
Yeah, so actually my shoot with Blush Erotica will be my debut shoot with them during AVN.
Okay.
So I'm very excited about that. It's kind of like, for me, I'm like, oh, double package. So it was definitely a ballsy move for me to reach out to them about sponsorship, knowing they never shot me before. But I was like, fuck it, closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? You never know if you don't ask.
Cinematographer cool as shit. He cool as shit. Yeah. That's my dude. That's my dude.
I've known Tom for a long time. I just haven't shot with him since they started BE. So it being in separate locations always kind of makes that a little bit difficult. I don't travel much, obviously, because got home life and stuff to do too. But and then for Amanda, BBW Triple X Adventures, they're brand new. So for her, this is also kind of like exposure. Like, for her new site and her new
Yeah, she
studio.
busted on the scene hard. I was like, wait a second, BBW Triple X Adventures and everything. And how do y'all reach out to them? Did they reach out to you already, or you reached out to them?
I reached, yep, no, I reached out. I, they were kind of almost like a combo package kind of deal that we were able to work out. And yeah, no, for me, I just reached out to people and then, took those who bit at what I was saying, and I just dazzled with some batting of eyelashes and a smile and asked for some money like I do for real for work. I guess. Like,
Oh my god.
I
No, but it's interesting because the reason why I'm bringing this up is that you have a lot of females who sit back and expect it given to them. Feel entitled. Um, Speak to how that thought process can impede your growth in this business.
I think I feel like I say this saying literally on a daily basis, but that one closed mouth doesn't get fed. It's true. No one is going to just give you it all the time. If you want something, you need to go get it. It's a job, it's a business. You should have goals, and then you need to push yourself to get those goals. It's like there is no such thing as a successful sex worker who sat around and did nothing, right? And there is no one who just, did one little scene and then rose to stardom and never had to do anything for themselves. And if they are, they're not BBW. Like, like, if you want to be successful, if you want to move into other directions, you need to not be complacent and be prepared to take risks, put yourself out there, and be prepared to be told no. That's one of the main things that kind of went into it. Was I went into it with the idea of I'm gonna be shot down, I'm gonna be told no, but I'm gonna ask anyway, because what if I don't, right? And I will never know. If I don't try, then I will never know, and I'll always sit back and be like, well, what if? How could this have been different if I had just did it? And that's the same with everything, even with content. If there's an idea that you want to try and you want to shoot something, fucking shoot it. You may film it, edit it, watch it, and be like, this whole thing was a piece of shit. I can't put this on there. But, and yeah, you may have wasted your time, but really, did you waste your time? Because what did you learn? Once you would have learned, I didn't like it because of this. I didn't like it because this lighting was bad. I didn't like it because this camera angle didn't work or my settings were wrong. You take that information, you apply it, and you kind of move on. Like, fall forward. You have to be able to critique yourself. We don't have coaches. Like, when you think of a 9 to 5, we don't have a manager that coaches you, develops you, does all that bullshit. We are that for ourselves. So you also need to coach and develop yourself too, the same way, and take risks, and take those opportunities. And I think people who are complacent don't do that, and so they don't move anywhere. They stay in the same spot.
Now I'm gonna tell you what I think also helped you with that. Now, you had 2 porn companies that you hit up. You are a porn star. Now, part of a producer or director in a company is to see bankable, what's where I'm looking for? Bankable potential. So, did you ever sit there and think about that you're good at what the fuck you do in front of that camera? Because one, let's keep it 100. Blush, they're award winning. I think they nominated, ain't they?
Yeah.
Am I correct? Am I correct? They nominated for one of these things, ain't they? So, okay, then once again, it changes the mood, ladies and gentlemen. So now, this is probably one of your biggest shoots, dare say. So, walking into it, tell me how you feeling, thinking or what have you, because not a pressure situation, because you take to it like a fish take to water, period. But just the outcome that now you at AVN status technically.
So
Because before you answer, you get in the booth and you're shooting with an AVN nominated company, probably with an AVN nominated talent. Go ahead.
I
And how long you been doing this?
I've been in and out of the industry for almost 10 years.
10 years. Okay, then. Okay. Go ahead, finish.
I was gonna shoot with Blush before they were even nominated. I think about who I want to work with based on, are they good people and a good studio to work with, right? You hear so many horror stories these days. So that is one of the big things that comes into play with me and who I do and don't shoot with, even with studios. But they're such a positive team. They have such a positive vibe and they do beautiful content. So to me, being able to shoot with them, it's like, I just want to be in one of your beautiful pieces of content. You tell me what you want me to do, but that cinematography that Jonas does is next level. Like, I just want to be.
He does amazing. He does amazing work, and also the fact that he really don't show his face that much, but he's a brother. That's what I love about it. You know what I'm saying? We got Melon in, you know what I'm saying? We got Melon in the building.
And cinematography, every single piece of work that I've seen him do, even before he created Blush Erotica, was always beautiful, and he always did a great job. And when you hear other models that are just like, it was amazing to work with them, it was the best shoot that I had, everything was perfect. It's like a dream shoot for anybody.
Well, see, I think what it is that he's doing what Hollywood did not do for BBWs. He made y'all look beautiful. See, that's the difference. When I think about the video, the DVD that came out with Hustler, when it was mainstream, compared to what he is shooting, his shit is way better because it softens you, it makes you sexy, it makes you tempting. While that DVD, no disrespect, it's just big girls fucking in nurses' outfits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a story behind it. Because I said this back in the day. I said, why couldn't they just came up with an original idea and storyline for 3 BBWs led DVD? Y'all come up with for these skinny bras. Why can't you do it for the big girls? and then I heard someone say, well, we don't know how to market them. Market them as women, motherfucker. That's what they are. Pretty is pretty. Fuck it, it don't matter the size, damn it.
I think one of the differences too is that it's not just like Blush isn't all BBW either. It's what a true like beauty for beauty's sake, you know, porn for pure enjoyment and what it's supposed to take regardless of body type, sexuality. That is all encompassed there and it looks beautiful because of that. You have big girls with skinny girls. You have,
But I'm sorry, I'm telling you, I know what you're saying. I know you being see, I get to say what everybody want to say, but too scared to say it. The BBWs stand out the way that he shoots it. Trust me, top scenes are the ones with the BBWs. I put money on it. Because the way that he shoot it, the way that the women that he picks look, and I said, and money making BBW is a woman that's curvaceous no matter what her size is. If she got lady lumps, hips, she go doggy style, you see that heart shape.
Love shape.
You know what I'm saying? She got and she got, especially she got boobs and tits, because usually you don't get a mixture of both. Is they have a top heavy or they bottom heavy. So it's like, to me, just the way that he shoots it, it makes the BBW stand out. I've seen the ones with the smaller girls, but it just, and I know I ain't the only dude that feel that way. Not saying that the other shit he don't do with the smaller girls is good. No, all the shit he do is butter. Trust me, he's a fucking genius. He's a fucking genius. But when it comes to BBWs, it's he got it down pat. He knows how to shoot it and make it look a certain way to where it will be palatable and get over to the public.
Yep.
That's all I got to say.
He's been shooting this for a long time, so.
Yes. So shoot. So let's see. So what male talents have reached out to you? What male talents you want to manifest shooting with since you had an AVN status now?
For male talent for like trade for AVN, I have not booked any yet because I have been focused on let me get all this booth stuff done first. The thing that's gonna change it is the schedule's done. What it was I really needed to wait till the schedule is done because that really makes or breaks what I could do. So now that the schedule is done, and now that I've officially moved, I am going to be opening up and starting to fill up all those time slots. So I have a couple
so
of
2023 about to be popping, huh?
it's gonna be pretty nuts. So I think the rest of my year this year is honestly gonna be pretty tame. Just being honest, we're going into the holidays. I got a lot of stuff going on that it just makes sense for me that I'm gonna probably keep it tame. But then that AVN week, it's got all those shoots. They're all going to be popping out, and January into the first couple months of the year is going to be a hot couple months. So
are you planning to go to any of the exoticas of next year? The XBiz?
Yes. So XBiz is local to me. So the XBiz Miami, XBiz LA, I probably will not make because it's literally the week right after AVN.
That is crazy. They have it that damn close together. It's kind of like you have to literally live on the West Coast to even see both of them at the same time.
Yeah, it's insane. Like to expect that there are girls who are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get there and have a place to stay, a place that's nice enough to shoot. For them to do that back to back in two different states is, a lot right after the holidays at that.
I salute you. There's motherfuckers that do that shit too, goddamn it. They'll fly for the East Coast, come right back, goddamn. Let's get it. I ain't mad at you though. Get it how you get it, baby. That's what I say.
So, but all the exoticas next year, I do plan on trying to attend XBiz Miami. So
now you are looking to do any content houses next year?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like content houses.
Okay. Explain why.
It to me is too much of it's just a fuck fest for and then there's going to be someone there with a camera. It's not structured enough for me where it seems like work. I'm not trying to spend thousands of dollars to then go party for a weekend and then get some sloppy scenes out of it. I'm going to be honest. Yes, it can be great for meeting new people, but honestly, for what makes me my money the most, which is more of that intimate experience with my fans via cam, doing fetish based sessions, content houses for me is going to cost me more money, and I'm going to have to do a lot more work to make that money back after then taking the time away from my family to go fuck off to some house for a weekend. Versus if I wanted some POV male talent, I got male talent at home all the time. I can shoot.
I got male talent in the crib. Shit, I can. Come in, motherfucker. I need this custom right now. Just get hard. Let me help you a little bit.
There's been captures where people have been like, "Can you not do so? You don't have anyone you could shoot with. I really want to see you be fucked by someone." And I've literally shouted my LP in, "Yo, what you doing?"
I'm coming. Hold on, let me wash up real quick. Let's go. No, but
I've also just heard a lot of drama, and there are friends of mine that do it often, and even they've said that they're kind of stepping away and stepping back from them a little bit. just because there's always a lot of drama and a lot of like, oh, I never got to shot with this person and they were shooting with them, or oh, this person got more time with this photographer or camera person, or girls getting bitchy. I ain't got time for that. Like, I don't. I don't need the. They come with petty clout, and I don't need it.
I know in my days I can say I did a content house, but it wasn't considered a content house. It was actually I was doing content houses back in the day technically, but it was in a hotel room. I tell you. We just had a bunch of male talents, a bunch of female talents. It was, but we didn't call it that. We didn't get no houses and no shit like that. It was a one night thing. So, but but no, because I can imagine what I mean. Because I never did a content house or what the inkling of it. I didn't heard good, I didn't heard bad, I didn't heard the ugly. Everything. It's just, to me, it's about comfortability. Like me, my comfortability was bringing the girl to me because I have a cameraman. I ain't got to worry about waiting on no content. Ain't nothing but do me copping a hotel room, come to your traveling hotel, let's shoot for a fucking weekend. You walk away with 12 scenes, I walk away with 12 scenes.
Yeah.
If you want to come back, let me know.
I heard some wild shit too with some of them. Like some content houses, they let fans pay to go to the house, and then fans get. No, we have like one of the things that we try to force to destigmatize this industry is that we're very careful with testing and all of this stuff. And so to me, the idea of a fan just throwing $1,000 to just come show up at this house and be expected to fuck, no. Like, if that works for you and you're down to make your money that way, then great. But obviously,
see, I mean, I understand these dim parties has always been around. But actually, they were in New York for the most part. But that was because they were in New York, and it was done through somebody's site. So it wasn't just, you know what I'm saying? It like, put it this way, like the way the content houses are with that kind of situation, it's like you're mixing porn with party atmosphere versus when they did that, it was strictly, you knew it was a fucking party. Ain't no filming going on there. Ain't no filming going on there, period. And the girls that was picked knew what the fuck they were doing within them parties like that, period. So people wonder, like, how you know about them parties? Because I've been to one. I done thrown them fuckers. What you talking about? Shit. What the hell? But the point being is, it's kind of like, just to me, it's like, I'm a firm proponent. I don't want the industry to have more content of me that I don't have of myself. So it's like you're sharing it a whole lot. And that's one of the biggest arguments that I hear coming from people on below, and quiet is kept and loud is heard.
It doesn't have their paperwork set up properly, or somebody didn't bring a hard drive, or they don't have enough space. So then they're trying to, can you send it to me later, or just send it to me? So then you just send it to them, but then they never got it. But then other person in the house did get it. No.
I mean, but to my listeners, to everyone that's listening, understand there's good and bad with content houses. Trust me, there's some good in it. There's some bad in it. It's just what works for you, and that's the kicker. Because you should not feel pressured to go to one or what have you. There's ways for you to pursue this business without going to one. And then again, if you're the kind of person that don't mind doing the content houses, by all means, do what works for you. I ain't mad at you. I can't knock the hustle.
Some people have seen they've managed, had great experiences, and they love them, and that works for them. That's how they get their content. They knock out a bunch of content. They do one every few months, and then that's the only time they got to film. Awesome. Yeah. Great.
Now, speaking about that, because the other thing that I always discuss is, see, there's other ways of making money within the porn trade, sex trade, what have you. And one of your things that you had mentioned is the camming. So, camming, as pretty much, I think, is your main thing for the most part when it comes to, yeah.
Yeah, I cam on streaming. I love camming on streaming. I built up a very solid group of fans there that it's like my schedule. I do my scheduled time, and then I'll do single cam shows via Skype like this, which is a lot more of a personal experience, right? It's not just me in a room. It's very just one-on-one, me and that person. And so then they tend to be a bit more outlandish, and they also tend to be some of my more longer cam shows because of that. Like it's a full kind of like a date almost, like a
Yeah, basically.
virtual
It's cam sex, people. Yeah, he might be jerking off. I mean, he paid for it. It's just, you know.
and honestly, it's working. Just bought a motherfucking house.
I mean, I was gonna say when you said that you bought a house, I said that porn money is good, ain't it? But see, no. But the thing about it is, um, which brings to the point of this, you're not dependent upon the content, which actually helps you even to the point where you can definitely focus on quality for your content versus quantity, period. And a lot of females don't understand about being diverse in this business. Speak to being diverse in this business.
Being diverse in the business, it gives you a little bit of uniqueness that you don't have to feel stuck in one little box. You can do other things. It doesn't, like, even with camming, that might be what's working for me right now, but I need to be ready for if I need to switch down another avenue. You have to be able to kind of switch it up. I think, you know, even the types of camming or content that you do, what niches you fall into, are all very different. Can be very different, and even the sites that you use. So, granted, yes, Streamate is my my primary site for camming, but always be prepared. Like, do I have OnlyFans? Do I have Fansly? Yes. Do I ever really update them? Gonna be honest, no. So I don't even tell people to go to them because they're just not my primary. This is not what I find to be where I enjoy focusing my time on, right? But that doesn't mean that if something was to happen and streaming was to go down, which, touch wood, please never do that. But if something was to happen, right, you got to be ready to flip the switch, because if you don't, then that's where your business suffers. That's where you have then that loss in income, and sometimes those gaps can happen, but that's where you have to be able to be diverse enough to switch, to try something else, do something different, and then you kind of find your groove, and then kind of taste test other stuff throughout, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't.
Yeah, because even to webcamming, like you said, the custom videos, dick ratings, all this shit, which basically women dominate because we can't make but so much money in the industry, other than fucking a pretty sexy young thing like that on camera.
I've had some
we might get some jerk off shit, but
I've had some camp shows, where I've made the most money and not even taken an item of clothing off.
Yeah, because see, it's, to me, cam girls make better porn stars. And the reason why I say that, because y'all are kind of grooming yourselves without realizing how to be on camera, how to be when it comes to fans, um, and the whole nine. Because it's kind of like, I'm pretty sure your first scene in front of camera, in professional camera, it wasn't as, it was effortless to a certain extent. Why somebody don't cam, they may not done as well. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's plus, on top of that, you was camming before you did porn. Am I correct?
I was behind the camera before I was camming. So my first everything related to this industry was event organization and PR management, which I guess is probably
Yeah.
helping my booth stuff now.
See, I feel bad because see, people, you know how many interviews I do and weed that I smoke. I don't remember everything that has been talked about. So please forgive me, damn it.
Good, you're good. I'll keep you honest. um,
Yeah, yeah. See, she had reminded me. See.
so I've seen both sides of it. I think one of the cool things that I really find interesting with camming is it's different where you learn your value almost by the hour. Like you're able to kind of break it down to like almost like an hourly wage in a sense that like you can really start learning the value of your time based on you know how much money are you making within that hour, how many privates did you get, how many minutes, how much, okay, well how much did that break down to, okay, so do I change my rate at this time of the day, because sometimes even the different time of the day can change how much I'll do it per minute, because it's if I do a late show, like it's super crazy late for me, I may charge a little bit more a minute for like privates or exclusives because it's late and I don't normally cam at those kinds of hours, and I'm still gonna have to wake up early in the morning regardless.
So
Like I
I'm gonna
know.
ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this. Then, do you do you make a schedule for your camming? Because one, you also got to balance not only camming at this point in time. Well, take away the fact that you still moving to your house, your home, but personal life and your camming. You feel what I'm saying? Because when it comes to your content, that's actually kind of more structured. Because you know when you're gonna actually do your porn shoots, you kind of know the head of what have you. Versus camming is that mainstream money for you. You know what I'm saying? It's the 9 to 5 money. It's yeah. So so how do you balance it to where you don't get fatigued? Because even with me, I do so many episodes, record so much, sometimes I get fucking fatigued as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Shit, you talking about what? You see how many episodes I be dropping out of this bitch? I'm talking about subscription and 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 the free ones out of this. It's like 13 episodes a week, okay? So you can imagine I get fatigued.
Voice by the end of the week recording all of these podcasts. Really, like I'm done. But no, I feel you. It's I do have a structured schedule, and obviously that sometimes deviate, just like anything in life, right? Things come up. So like my schedule right now is a little wonky because I'm moving and I need to reset up my space, which very excited because I'll have a new studio because I have an extra room here. So I'm actually going to get to create a whole new space. So that's going to be exciting and change the whole game. But I normally cam mostly on weekdays because I do treat it like a Monday through Friday job so that I can keep the weekends with my personal life and my family. So I'll cam Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 times in the day. I'll cam during the day from 10 typically to about 4 or 5. And so that I'll take a break in between. Like that's not like constant, but that's like this is my when I'll be on. And then I will come back on for a shorter time in the evening from like 10 to midnight or at 1. So that's just like a couple hours. And I do that 4 times a week.
Now, wait a second, I just want to apologize because I got stuck on your cleavage for a second. I apologize.
I know it's mesmerizing, right?
I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's watching this video on YouTube or Spotify. Like, yeah, whatever she said. Whatever she says, damn it. Whatever she says. Oh, God. Oh, so I done held you on here for almost an hour, baby girl. And
That's an hour already? Oh my gosh.
see, that's how good the conversation is. See, that I tell people. I am the safe space for the porn stars. Stop playing with me. I get it out of them. God dang it. Yeah, I'm good at what I do, shit. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, baby girl, tell everybody where they can spend money on you.
Yes. So you can find me on StreamMate. Just look for Lennox_May. You can also find me on ManyVids, manyvids.com/LennoxMay. Twitter, you can find me on there. That's my only social media that I use because I don't use IG anymore. So my Twitter is at _Lennox_May. And like I said earlier, if you want to subscribe to my OnlyFans, you could do it for free, but I don't post anything on there, so bother.
Oh, and one more thing, people. She will be back for the premium smoke room to my subscribers that's out here watching this right now, listening on the places where it's only audio. And you know what it is, $4.99 a month. We're talking about 7 premium podcasts for you to listen to. And we get more candid, more wild, more unpredictable, more dirtier, more raunchier, just more fucking everything. Yes, the better smoke is in the smoke room, people. Period. So, with that being said, we end this all day and every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience if you haven't learned anything? Smoke this over. Say goodbye to the people, Lennox.
Goodbye, everyone. Make sure you come to AVN in January, from January 3rd to January 7th. Make sure you come to our booth 2500 for Big and Beautiful. 21 BBW girls. We're going to be excited to see you, and I can't wait to be back. Thank you for having me. Good night.